there was no chance that I was walking down with two Crocs on.
After hikers Josh McIndoe and Issei Dibaba failed to contact their friends, a group of them collaborated to help track and report them as two potentially missing hikers on the South Loop Trail of Mount Charleston. The pair had started their hike around 8 a.m. on November 15th and had promised to be back by 5.
The 16 miles did seem pretty crazy to us, but we're pretty physically able, so we thought it'd be all right.
In some of the photos you guys shared, it looked like you guys were having fun.
Yeah.
Those were before
Yeah.
before we were, worried about our lives. Yeah.
Yeah, we were just goofing around. I told him like take a picture of me as I climb up this tree real quick and like look like I'm freaking Wukong or something.
However, it was in their descent when the pair started to grow concerned. Snow started to fall, eventually covering the ground 3 inches deep. Other parts were frozen over with slick ice. Their drinking water froze and their phone batteries died, leaving them with no map. A fog descended on the mountain, giving them no more than 30 feet of vision. Worse still, nearly 5 hours of their descent was in darkness. South Loop Trail to Mount Charleston Peak is already a challenging hike, more than 16 miles round trip and nearly 5,000 feet in elevation gain. But recent weather, which includes ice and snow, adds further difficulties.
This is not a novice hike, so most of our trails, the first couple miles up, you're not going to see any snow. So that's one thing. You're out here, t-shirt weather almost today. You're up hiking, you get 3 miles up your trail, and all of a sudden you hit a sheet of ice. So that can be very deceiving, especially at this time of year. If you're going on a long trek like a 14-miler, weather can change. You might have to stay up there. That's something folks need to be prepared for.
McIndoe and Dibaba were not prepared for that. Dibaba, tired from lack of sleep and dehydrated, said he felt some guilt as the greatest challenge of the descent was his struggle to maintain footing.
I had Crocs on. We could just admit it. I had Crocs.
Yeah.
I had Crocs on, and Crocs, if you've ever seen the bottom of a Croc, it's just flat. It doesn't do well on ice.
McIndoe had a pair of hiking boots, and when the decline steepened, the duo exchanged a shoe so each would have one boot and one Croc to descend with. Still, the pair struggled getting down the mountain, at some points falling several times a minute.
I got really nervous because if I slipped like badly, I could easily just like slide down the mountain like on some crazy angles.
In the months since their hike, Metro Search and Rescue have conducted at least 3 air rescues for distressed hikers hiking Mount Charleston. The last 2 happened around Echo Outlook, in the same area that McIndoe and Dibaba were having difficulty with, and involved hikers who slipped and injured themselves after sliding 100-some feet around the steep, icy switchbacks. When they finally arrived at their car,
Are you okay, sir?
I've been better, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
first responders who had been looking for the pair assisted the two in warming up and escorted them down the ice-slick roads back to the city with valuable lessons learned.
First and foremost, bring adequate clothing, especially shoes that can handle ice and snow, because otherwise you will most likely perish. Like I'm smiling when I say that, but it's not funny. It's very serious.
For weeks afterward, their bodies remained sore and bruised.
I couldn't even go up and down the stairs for like 2 days. It was like a fight for my life. And I was basically bedridden for the first day.
Yeah, I think I definitely suffered from one of my falls like really badly. Like literally put like a knee brace on for like a good 2-3 weeks.
Fire Chief Douglas said they, along with Metro Search and Rescue, do not recommend hikers to attempt these high elevation trails unless they have made the proper preparations and are ready to hike and climb in icy conditions. For News 3, I'm Ming Lau.
To stay up to date with the top videos from our stations and information on upcoming events, subscribe to our weekly email newsletter at newson.us/sign-up.